Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/Entitled People. In today's episode, Dad tries to give away teenage daughter's womb. I'm the neighborhood Karen, but not really. Karen thinks I should do what she wants even though I'm not at work. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. Dad tries to give away teenage daughter's womb. Recently reconnected with a childhood best friend, and it reminded me of this insane interaction decades ago when we were 17. I spent a lot of time at my best friend's house when we were young. Her family was a lot nicer, wealthier, and more normal than mine, and her parents even took me in for a month when I had to leave home at a young age. So we're hanging out, and one day her dad comes in really angry at her, just being generally rude and "Are you still being selfish?" really passive-aggressive, and then walks away. I was like, what did you do to Steve, thinking it was teenager stuff, but she gets really upset. She tells me Dad's friends have been trying to get pregnant for a year now and just confirmed they can't have a baby. He asks her to consider being their surrogate. She really doesn't even know these people, has spent maybe an hour with them in her life. Also, we're 17, so that's insane. I kind of thought she was embellishing a story to me. But then he starts saying it right in front of me a week later. I'm paraphrasing, but what I remember was basically, these people mean so much to me. Why can't you think of anyone but yourself? You could change their life. You could really do something amazing here. We would all have this incredible connection and share the love of this baby. Do this for me. She just kind of awkwardly looks away until he leaves and then starts crying. He pestered her about it until she turned 18 and left on bad terms. He never got over it. The crazy part is both couples were old and rich and could have easily bought a real surrogate or adopted. I'll never know why he insisted it had to be her. I kind of want to ask her if he ever came to his senses, but I moved away and we lost touch for the last 10 years. It would be weird to bring it up now. I just had to get this insanity off my chest. I can tell you. First step is to get her to agree to be a surrogate, then comes the part about conceiving naturally. Yikes, I really hope it wasn't that. In addition to just how horrific that is, you don't want a first-time mom as a surrogate. You want a lady who's been through it a couple times and knows what's coming. Dad had sold her already, just could not close the deal. I'm the neighborhood Karen, but not really. There's a hill on my street. I live close to the high school. Sometimes when you drive around the parked cars, it sends you face to face with another car on the downhill. There's an extra no parking sign to remind people to not be there. House went up for sale. The realtors would park directly under no parking sign. I one day walked over to main realtor and warned her to not park there, she'll get hit. She moved her car and believed me when she saw traffic after school let out. Another time, a realtor parked there. I warned him and he responded with, "I've already been told about you. It's fine," in the most dismissive way. Teen came over the hill in Dad's old pickup and crushed the front of Guy's red sports car. Kid was not hurt and certain he was not blamed for accident. Not remotely Karen behavior. You were genuinely trying to help. Serves him right. Glad the kid was okay. When reason preaches, if you don't listen, she'll box your ears. Ben Franklin. Karen thinks I should do what she wants even though I'm not at work. This happened a few years ago while I was working at a casino as a security guard/first responder. Basically, I did the normal casino security stuff until some medical emergency happened, such as someone falling down, up to doing CPR twice. Anyhow, part of the job is to assist guests with what they needed help with. There was this one very unpleasant woman who everyone hated dealing with. She was rude, demanding, and would belittle anyone even if it was the person helping her. One day, my day off might I add, I was at a local restaurant. I'm actually typing this at said restaurant. Karen just happened to be there with her friends. All of a sudden I hear, "Excuse me." And then, "Excuse me, security." I look up, Karen is looking at me dead in the eye, waving a takeout bag around. "Carry this out to my car," she says. I say, "I'm sorry, but I'm not at work." She replies, "You need to carry this out to my car, now." Getting irritated, I reply, "This is not the casino and I am not on duty, I am not carrying your bag." Karen becomes militant and begins making a scene in this restaurant, saying how she's going to tell my manager how rude I'm being. I tell her it would do no good because we are not in the casino. And I'll never forget what she said next. She said, "When I tell them, I'll say it was." She then spouted how she'll tell them how cruel I was to a helpless old woman who just needed a little help. I told her to take her best shot and I wasn't afraid of her. She then leaves in a huff. The next day at work, I told not only my boss, but his boss what had happened. They were both like, "WTF?" They told me just to stay away from her, and if she called for help, they would just get someone else to help her. But she never made good on her threat, and she just went on being her nasty old self until I left that job about a year later. The end. Should have recorded it. Nothing makes a nasty bat leave. God, I wish I did. Carry my bag. Seriously? She got in there, she can get it out. Takes bag, opens restaurant door, eats bag, goes back to seat. She was one of those people who would try to see how far she could exert her control over people. Unfortunately, she would do this by being as nasty as she could get until people have into her. Once she realized she wasn't going to get her way, she stormed off. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.